your circuit and Tabata workout. This is how it's gonna go. The first half of this workout, we're gonna focus on lower body. The second half of this workout, we're gonna focus on upper body and core. Within each of those halves, you're gonna have a circuit and then a Tabata blast. For the circuit, I'm gonna give you 5 exercises. You're gonna do them for 45 seconds each. You're gonna do them back to back. You get to rest for 30 seconds, and then we repeat. In total, you're gonna complete that circuit 3 times. For the Tabata, I'm gonna give you 2 exercises. You're using an interval structure of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, and we're gonna alternate between those 2 exercises, a total of 8 intervals. Before we get going, I'm gonna give you a preview of all the lower body exercises, and then before we go to the second half, I'll again give you a preview of all of the upper body and core exercises. Now, Angel over here is going to be demonstrating all the exercises, and if you're gonna do the modified version, you're going to look to Mary over here. Now, I'm gonna give you that preview, and then we will get to our warm-up. A quick warm-up just to get that heart rate up, get that body ready to move. So I want you to start with some nice, easy jumping jacks here. And if you need to modify, you can just step one side out at a time. On my count, we're gonna take this into high knees in 3, 2, 1, high knees. So you're driving one knee up at a time. If this is too much, you're just gonna march for me. Core is active here. On my count, we take it to butt kickers in 3, 2, 1. So just bring one heel in towards your bum at a time, running it out with those arms. Now we're gonna go through those just one more time. Jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. You know where we're heading next. On my count, we take it to those high knees in 3, 2, 1, high knees, run it out. And one last switch, we're gonna take it to those butt kickers in 3, 2, 1, butt kickers. Now on my count, feet are gonna be a little wider than hips width apart. We're just gonna take it into some squats in 3, 2, 1. So from here, you're gonna slide your hips down and back, weight in the heels, and bring it up to the top. Couple more just like that. Now next time you come down, I want you to hold it low, step your feet a little wider. Elbows are gonna come inside your knees. You can sort of sway side to side here, whatever feels good. And from here, I want you to bring your hands to the ground, bow your head forward, fold, and you're gonna roll up slowly. Head's the last to lift, roll those shoulders open, reach those arms up to the ceiling. One more time, let's sink down low, same thing. Nice low squat. You can kind of sway side to side. Hands to the ground, forward fold, roll it up vertebrae by vertebrae. Head's the last to lift, give me a big shoulder roll open, and we're gonna turn to the side. Find a lunge position. I want you to bring your hands to the inside of that right foot, and then I want you to reach your right arm up to the ceiling for a twist. Really peel that top shoulder open. Good, coming back to that plank position, step your right foot back, step your left foot forward, same thing other side. Left arm's gonna reach up, look up at the ceiling. Good, bring that hand down, you're gonna meet me in a plank. I want some slow mountain climbers. I don't care about pace, I just want you slowly drawing one knee at a time in towards your chin. Good. And now let's meet in a plank position. I want you to walk your hands back towards your feet. Roll it up slowly. One final big shoulder roll open at the top. All right, and let's get to that lower body circuit. Okay, so we are gonna start this lower body circuit. First exercise is going to be a low plie squat or a sumo squat. we're gonna pulse with the heels down and then with the heels lifted. So you wanna grab your weights if you're gonna use them. Modification, just do body weight. Nice wide stance, you're gonna get low, knees tracking in line with the toes. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. So it's a pulse with the heels down, you pulse on the balls of your feet. So a little bit of balance involved in this one. I want you staying low the whole time, up and down. Now, when we're in a wide stance like this, usually when we're in a squat, I have you have a big lean forward with your torso so that the shoulders are kind of stacked over the knees. In this wide stance, we can be a little more upright through the torso. So I want you to think of knitting your ribs together and make sure that the knees are always pointing in line with the toes. So especially if you have tight hips, they're gonna wanna creep in. So I need you to engage through the glutes. Think of spiraling the thighs open. 10 more seconds here. On my count, we're gonna come into a plank jump, into a wide flow squat in 3, 2, 1. So I want you to have the weights together on the floor, your feet are wide. From here, you're gonna jump back into a plank, jump your feet back up, and then just give me a little hop. Weights to the floor. Feet up, out, little hop. Now when you do that little hop, you're staying low and you're keeping a big hinge forward with your torso. You're only coming a couple inches off the floor, okay? Now if that is uncomfortable for you to do, holding the weights, I want you to just do body weight, okay? Look to Mary over here, little hop down into that plank position. You have just 15 seconds to go. When you do that hop, core is in tight, spine is long, chest is staying open, so I want you to think of rolling those shoulder blades back. On my count, we're gonna stand it up. We're gonna isolate the left leg in 3, 2, 1. We got a back lunge to a single leg deadlift. So your left foot's gonna be forward, your right foot is lightly behind you. You're gonna step into a back lunge, and then when you come forward, keep that back foot really light, give me a single leg deadlift. So one back lunge, come up light with that back foot. When you do the back lunge, I want you to get nice and low. So you're not banging your back knee to the floor, of course, but you're thinking of coming to like opposing 90-degree angles. Get pretty low there. Come up, keep this foot light, okay? And when you do that hinge, keep your chest open, okay? So long spine, and you're bringing the weights to about mid-shin. We're not rounding the back to bring them lower. You're gonna switch legs in 3, 2, 1. Right foot is forward now, same exact thing. One back lunge as you come up, stay light on the left foot now, weight is in that right heel. It's a hinge, come up, squeeze that right glute at the top, back into that reverse lunge. If you're dropping down to just one weight, I want you to hold the weight in that opposite hand, so it'd be in that left hand. You got it just under, or just over 10 seconds, I should say. And then we're gonna ditch those weights and we're gonna come into our last exercise of the circuit. We're gonna get our heart rate up with this next one. Coming up in 3, 2, 1. We got a star jump with a squat jack. So, down low, start with your feet wide. You're gonna jump them in and then you're gonna jump up, everything spreads out like a star shape. So wide, narrow, get big. So you might feel a little silly doing these, but it is a great exercise. Good, keep it going. Now if you need to modify, instead of doing that star jump, you're just going to stand. I still want you to try to add in that squat jack at the bottom. Now you could switch it up. You could take out the squat jack and just do the star jump, but I'm telling you right now, the star jump is a lot harder, so I would modify by taking that part out. You got it, 10 seconds to go. In 10 seconds, you're gonna get 30 seconds to recover. How many more reps can you get in? Keep it going right to the end. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest, you have 30 seconds here. Okay, we are starting back at the top with that plie squat. So grab your weights if you're gonna use them. If you wanna just use one, you could always just hold a single weight at your chest. Let's find that wide stance, rack the weights on your shoulders. You're gonna get nice and low. Toes pointing in the same direction as the knees. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's a pulse low, pulse with your heels lifted. Now, if balance is off, you can always drop the heels and then stand for me. Come down, give me a pulse with the heels lifted, down, and then stand, up to you. Little pulse. Now, let's check in on that form. If you can do so without losing balance, check in on those knees. What direction are they pointing in? You want them out in line with your toes. Now, if you have really tight hips, Maybe this wide stance isn't working for you. Just angle the toes in a little more, okay? Maybe they're just at a 45-degree angle, and that way it's going to be a little easier for you to keep those knees tracking in line. Almost there. We're gonna come into that plank to low squat in 3, 2, 1. Weights to the floor. So we are gonna jump to plank. You jump those feet back out wide, you're in a wide squat, and you give me that little hop up. So these are gonna burn. Keep those weights together, feet wide, little hop. Now if you need some relief for those quads, jump your feet up, stand all the way up, okay? Then come back down into that plank, just like that. So it would be a stand instead of that little hop, burning it out here. Now when you jump to that plank, I want you to engage to the quads and your glutes. Your hips are staying at shoulder height. When you hop those feet out wide, chest stays open, okay? Abs in tight. Last few seconds here. We're gonna start that work on the left leg in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come into that back lunge to the single leg deadlift. Left foot is forward, so your right foot is gonna step back. Bring it forward, stay light as you go into that hinge. So the focus when we do that deadlift, it's going to be back of the leg and glutes, hamstring and glutes. So hips slide back. As your hips slide back, your torso hinges forward. We keep our chest open. So we're not hunching under those weights. You have 15 seconds to go here. Weight is in that left heel. On my count, all you're gonna do is switch legs. We start the right in 3, 2, 1. Right foot steps forward. Same move, just isolating that other side. So on these, I don't care about speed. Yes, I want you to stay active throughout the entire 45 seconds, but it's always quality over quantity, okay? So think about that proper form. Slow it down to the point where you can really do it properly. You have 20 seconds here. In 20 seconds, we're gonna ditch those weights. Stay with it. And as always, if this gets to be a little too much, I want you to drop one weight. If you need to drop both weights, that is an option too, but I want you to try to hang on to a single one. We're gonna switch to exercises in 3, 2, 1. Squat jack to that star jump. Okay, so let's go. So your feet are going to start wide. You hop them narrow, jump up nice and big. Wide, narrow, get big. Wide, narrow, get big. If you need to modify, take out that star jump, okay? And if you need to do the squat jack and then just stand for a second, that's okay. I'd rather you dial down the intensity and keep moving through the whole 45 seconds though, than to stop altogether. You have 20 to go. How many reps can you get in 20 seconds? Let's go. Pick it up here. Right to the end. Get big. How much air can you get? Under 10 seconds to go. You got this. You get that 30 seconds to recover in 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, 30 seconds here. Then we'll go through that circuit just one more time. Okay, final time through these exercises. You all are pros by now. You know what to expect. Let's find those weights. We're gonna do that plie squat with the pulse. And again, you have the option to stand if you want, but just make sure you do the heels up and down first. Nice wide stance. Sit it low. We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 45 seconds on the clock. Pulse with those heels down. Pulse with those heels lifted. Now don't rush these because there is a little bit of balance involved here. If you're feeling wobbly when those heels are lifted, good, you should. You can always add in a stand with the heels down as well. Especially this is round 3 and you know we're going into those wide squat plank jumps next where your quads will further be burning. So absolutely fine to stand as I'm demoing now. Otherwise, stay low, heels up, heels down. You got it, we're going just another 15. In 10 seconds, weights are gonna come to the floor. You kind of hold them together. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna jump to that plank. Weights on the floor. You jump to plank, you jump your feet out wide, low squat, keep your chest lifted. Give me a little hop. If that hop is too much, just come to stand and bring the weights back down. This should burn though. So you got lots of different options, all being demonstrated for you. Pick the one that challenges you the most. For that hop, you don't have to get very high off the ground. Little hop, weights back down. You're coming to that wide squat position, keep your butt low. 10 seconds, that's it, 10 seconds. We're gonna stand it up, we're gonna start isolating our left leg in 5. Not a second early, stay with it. Give me 3, 2, 1. Left side, back lunge to single leg deadlift. So left foot is your base foot. We step the right foot back. Step it forward, you give me that hinge. So you wanna bring the weights on that deadlift to about mid-shin. If you come any lower than that, look what happens. We start rounding our back mostly. So chest open, nice long spine as you do that hinge. When you're in your back lunge, you wanna make sure that the knee is staying stacked directly over the heel as Angels is, okay? So it doesn't jut out farther than the toes, knees right over heel, perfect. In 10 seconds, we're just gonna switch sides. Right foot is going to be the focus in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch sides, right foot forward. Just 2 work intervals to go, guys. We got these, we got those star jumps, and then you're done with your lower body circuit. We're getting there. Pay attention to form on these. If you got it down, then you can pick up the speed a little bit, but never at the cost of maintaining proper form. When you do that hinge, you should feel through the back of your leg and your glutes. You got it, 10 more seconds. On my count, you're gonna ditch those weights. This is your last 45-second push in this circuit. I want you to give it everything you got. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We got that squat jack to that star jump. Feet wide, feet in, get big, get some air. Let's go, woo. These should not be easy, okay? You should struggle through them. That is the goal, you wanna challenge yourself. You can always modify. Remember, there's a difference between pushing yourself and hurting yourself. You wanna stay in the realm of pushing yourself. Under 25 seconds to go, okay? You're over halfway there, stay with it. How many more reps can you get in? Under 20 seconds to go. Right to the end, we're in our last 15, let's go. Get big, squat jack, star jump. 10 seconds, you got this, you can give me 10 more seconds. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, you're done with your circuit. You have 30 seconds to rest, and then we're gonna go right into that Tabata. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna go into our Tabata. You don't need any equipment for this. It's just 2 body weight exercises. First one, coming up in 10 seconds, we are going to isolate just the left leg, okay? So left leg's gonna stay stationary. It'll be a side lunge hop in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So little hop and down, burning out that left leg. Next we do it, we will do the right leg. So these are quick intervals, quick rest intervals as well though, so good and bad news here. 5 more seconds. And rest. Second exercise, we have that squat hop to the squat jump. We're gonna get right into it in 3, 2, 1, get low. Little hop and then a big jump. So for the hop, you're staying low. Notice my knees are not straightening, just a little hop up and down. Then for the squat jump, you straighten your legs, you get some air. Halfway there. If you need to modify, take out that jump. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that side lunge hop. This time all about your right leg, okay? So that left leg just steps out lightly. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Reach down, little hop up. For the hop, you don't need to get very high, but do try to get that foot off the ground just for a second, okay? If you need to modify, no hop. Last 2 seconds here, burn it out. You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, gonna go back to that squat hop, squat jump. Send your butt and hips down and back, get nice and low. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, little hop, big jump. Little hop, big jump. When you come down from that jump, you're landing right back down in your next squat. When you're in that low squat, butt and hips back and down, hinge forward, weight is in your heels. Last few seconds here, give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Just like that, you're halfway through, okay? We just got 2 more minutes to go. We're gonna go back to hitting that left leg with that side lunge. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Little hop. This is the part of the workout where those 10 seconds of rest feel like nothing. Keep it up, under 10 seconds to go. Burn it out. Last time you're gonna isolate this leg, think of it that way. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, back to that squat hop, squat jump. If you need to take out the squat jump, look to Mary, she's gonna be demoing that. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Little hop, big jump. Little hop, big jump. When you do that jump, let's really try to get some air, okay? How high can you get on that jump? Go big. The higher you get, the more explosive the movement, the harder those legs are gonna have to work. Here for 3, 2, 1, rest. Final set, okay? Just 2 more intervals of work. Back to isolating that right leg. Woo, you got this. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down, little hop. Little hop. Last time you're gonna see this exercise today. You got 10 seconds to go. How many more reps can you get in? Right through to the end. Tabatas are effective because you are not pausing except during those 10 seconds of rest. 3, 2, 1, now you get to recover. Okay, final interval of work. We got this, guys. Squat, hop, squat, jump in 3, 2, 1. Final 20 seconds of lower body, let's go. 15 to go. Last 10 seconds. Could you pick up the pace a little bit or maybe just get a little bigger on that squat jump? 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, lower body is done. I'm gonna give you a preview of all the exercises for upper body and core now. You have a full 60 seconds to rest. So we're gonna start using our resistance band loop. You wanna put it just an inch or 2 below your wrist. You don't want it right on the joint. And we're going to start with a bent raise to a high pull or a high row. So on my count, you're gonna press the resistance band far enough apart that your forearms make the number 11. You want them parallel. You want some tension on that resistance band the whole time. Roll those shoulder blades down your back, soft bend to the knees, abs in tight. We start in 3, 2, 1. So you're gonna lift those elbows up and then you're gonna pull them back and you're gonna lower them down to your sides. So I'll do it from the side just so you get this angle as well. Don't mind my mic pack. Now, the whole time, your elbows are staying bent at that 90-degree angle, okay? So as you lift up, you're lifting the whole arm up as one L shape. Now, when you do the lift, I don't want you to scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. So think of trying to relax the neck, lift up, and when those forearms are parallel to the floor, drive the elbows back. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades together and lower. Now, if these do not burn, you are using too light of a resistance band, okay? You gotta go up a little bit. On my count, we're gonna take this into an alternating lat pull down. That's in 3, 2, 1. So we're still gonna use the band. You're gonna grip it above your head, and one arm at a time is gonna pull down. When you pull down, I want you to think of trying to pull the resistance band behind your head slightly so that we activate the lats. The lats is that area of your back kind of under your armpits. So to show you from the back, pull that elbow down and up. At the top, I still want there to be tension on that resistance band loop. So don't let it close in, don't let it go slack. Now, anytime we're doing standing upper body work, you wanna make sure you have a soft bend to your knees and we're knitting our ribs together. So I want you to notice right here, are you puffing out through the rib cage and arching your back? You gotta fix that. Button those bottom 2 ribs together, low abs draw up and in. Last few seconds here, and then we're gonna ditch that resistance band loop. We're gonna come into 90 seconds of plank work. In 3, 2, 1. You're gonna come down to a plank,
From here, I want you to march your right forearm down. So come to your right forearm, back to your right hand, crunch your right knee to your left elbow. So right forearm down, back to high plank, right knee, left elbow. Down, up. So we're doing that march the same side the whole time. Now I want you to try to keep your hips as square to the floor as possible when you march up and down. Try not to let that right hip dip down too much. So brace through your core. And if you're still having trouble, if you're still really noticing that hip dip to one side, separate your feet just a little wider for me. That's going to give you a more stable base. Now on my count, all you're going to do is switch sides. I know this is a long time to be in a plank. You can do it. We're going to be on our back next. We switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Now it's left forearm down, back up, left knee, right elbow. Left forearm down, straight arms, left knee crunches across. Now when you do that cross body crunch, I want you to get that knee as close to touching your elbow as possible, okay? Maybe you even make physical contact, so drive it forward. If this is getting to be too much, you can always drop to your knees, okay? You have just over 20 seconds, stay with me. And what we're gonna do next time we see these is we're gonna switch which side we start on first, so that if you are modifying from your knees now, don't worry, the other side will get a chance to start. You have 10 seconds to go here, and then you get to flip onto your back. Stay with it. Down, up, cross body crunch. Shoulders, obliques working here. You have 3, 2, 1. Grab your weight. You could always do it body weight as well to modify. You're gonna reach that weight up to the ceiling and crunch your shoulder blades off the floor. Holding your shoulder blades off the floor, we're gonna lower our legs to a hover. You're gonna lift them back up to the ceiling. Now I only want you lowering as far as you can go, maintaining proper alignment through the low spine. So think of drawing your navel down towards the floor. Your low back shouldn't be peeling up towards the ceiling too much, okay? So if you find it peeling up, I only want you to lower your legs to a 45-degree angle. Now if your neck starts to bother you, lower your head, okay? Come out of the crunch, just rest your head down for a couple reps of just doing the leg lifts, and then come back up into the crunch. You're almost there, just a few more seconds to go. You get 30 seconds to recover in 3, 2, 1, rest. You have 30 seconds here. Okay, we're starting back at the top. You know the drill. Find that resistance band loop an inch or 2 below your wrist. We were just laughing and talking about how much nicer the upper body and core section is than legs. All right guys, we got that bent raise in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lift those elbows up wide, high pull at the top, that little row, drive the elbows back and lower down. Now yes, I do always think upper body and core section a little nicer than legs, but this should not be easy. And if this is easy, I want you to get a tighter, a harder resistance band loop, okay? This should burn. Lift up, draw back. I'll switch to the side just so you guys can see a different angle. Pull those elbows back. So when you pull those elbows back, you should feel that pinch upper back, almost base of your neck. Think of drawing the shoulder blades together as you do that row, as if you're trying to tap your shoulder blades together. Last few seconds here, and then we're gonna take it overhead. Give me 3, 2, 1, alternating lat pull down. So you're gripping that band overhead, you drive one elbow down at a time, overhead. Now, when you come overhead, it shouldn't feel like a rest. So again, your resistance band loop is not loosey-goosey at the top. Keep some tension on it. Now, especially with overhead resistance band work or any sort of arm work, I know I'm a broken record here, but what tends to happen, we puff out through that rib cage. I don't want that to happen here. So knit your ribs together, soft bend to your knees, low abs, pull up and in. You have under 15 seconds to go. Now, when I say pull low abs up and in, it's not that I want you to tuck your tailbone, I just want your tailbone at neutral, okay? Last few seconds of band work here, you're gonna drop that band. We're gonna come into that 90 seconds of plank in 3, 2, 1, come down. We're gonna start on the opposite side, so I want you to march left forearm down and up, left knee to the right elbow. So left forearm, come to straight arms, crunch that left knee to your right elbow. Keep it going. Now, if this was easy for you the first time we did it, then yeah, I want you to pick up the pace. I want you to go quick. March up, down, knee across, down, up, knee across. You don't have to though, okay? Slow, steady pace is absolutely fine. Your goal here is to stay in that plank position as long as you can though. Modification, you're gonna come to your knees. Now, as Mary is demoing, if you're on your knees, it's hard to do that crossbody crunch, so notice she's bringing same knee to same elbow. She's still adding in that oblique work, it's just not across the body. 3, 2, 1, just switch sides. So now it's right forearm down, up, right knee, left elbow. Down, march it up, crunch across. Keep it going. Notice your hips should not be dipping too far. A little dip is fine, but think about keeping them as parallel to the floor as possible. So you're knitting those ribs together, bracing through the core. Down, up, 1 crossbody crunch. Keep it going. We have 20 seconds to go here, and then you get to lay down on your back. If you need some stability help, separate those feet a little wider. Last few seconds. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna flip onto your back, you're gonna grab that weight. We're gonna crunch that weight up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades off the floor if you can, legs are straight, you're lowering them to a hover. You're lifting them back up to the ceiling. Lots of ways to modify this one. So if the issue is your neck bothering you, just rest your head, neck, and shoulders on the ground. And just everything in general, that's when you're gonna bend your knees, tap, and lift. Now, a note about modifying with bent knees. Notice as Mary lifts her knees back up, she's stopping them right over the hips and then lowering them down. I don't want you to crunch the knees all the way into your belly button. If you do that, it's gonna be a little too restful. We wanna keep the low abs active. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 30 seconds to rest. You have just one more time through that circuit. Okay, last time through this circuit, let's grab that resistance band loop. Inch or 2 below your wrist. We're gonna start with that bent raise to a high row in 3, 2, 1, 45 seconds on the clock. Lift them up, pull the elbows back. So that high row is a tiny movement. It's just a little pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, forward and lower. I want you to work in both directions. So when you come here, don't just let that resistance band loop snap your elbows down. I want you to think of resisting down, okay? So it is controlled. So you're not just working on the contraction, but also on the release. You have 20 seconds to go here. Lift, pull, resist, and lower. Let's check in on that standing form. Your core is active, soft bend to the knees. On my count, we're gonna bring that loop overhead in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that resistance band loop overhead. We have that alternating pull down. Last time you're gonna use the resistance band loop in this circuit. Drive one elbow down and back up. So when you do the pull, yes, you're focusing on the arm that is pulling, you're squeezing through the lats. Picture your shoulder blade sliding together down your spine. But the stationary arm, you should feel that working as well, okay? It is bracing against the resistance. Keep a soft bend to the elbow, don't completely lock out the stationary side. Soft bend to those knees, abs in tight. Again, I realize I'm a broken record, but that is the first thing to go when it comes to proper form on these. Final 10 seconds, and then we ditch this resistance band. Give me 3, 2, 1. Make your way to a plank. You pick which side you start on, okay? Does not matter. So whatever side you want to do, 1 forearm down and up, 1 crossbody crunch. We've now started on both sides, so I will let you pick. Chances are, without realizing it, you're going to go for your dominant side first, so that is A-okay. Just make sure that whatever arm is lowering down and lifting up, it's that knee that crunches across the body. And if you mess that up, don't worry, it does not matter if you're crunching the other knee. 1 march up and down, 1 crossbody crunch. Now, if you think you're gonna have to modify from your knees at some point, maybe you come down to your knees for these last 10 seconds here, and then try to come back up to your feet when we switch sides. Other arm is going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch sides. So whatever side you were not doing just now, switch over. March, press it up, knee to elbow. If you're modifying from your knees, remember, instead of doing that crossbody crunch, I want you to bring same knee to same elbow. You're able to do that crunch from your knees to the same side, but a little crowded to do it across. Now, my friends modifying from your knees, let's make sure we're not totally in a tabletop position, okay? So I don't want your hips stacked over the knees. I want them extended so that you still have that plank engagement. 15 seconds to go. In 15 seconds, we flip onto our backs, and you're officially on your final exercise of circuit work for the day. Give me 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip onto your back. Slowest countdown ever. Sorry guys, I know that's torture. That's why I usually try to just start from 3 or 4. Weight to the ceiling, crunch those shoulder blades up, and then we start to lower and lift those legs. Now I want you to notice where your chin is. If it is on your chest, I need you to lift your chin off your chest so that your gaze is up towards the ceiling, so that we're not closing that airway and we're not craning that neck, okay? So think neutral spine. If having the shoulder blades crunched up is too much, lower, okay? Another way to modify, I'm giving you lots of options here, would be hands under your bum, ditch the weight. Having your hands under your bum like this is going to give you support. Now, I don't care how low you get those legs, you're only going as low as you can keep that low core engaged. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, you have 30 seconds to recover here, and then we're gonna go into our final Tabata of this workout. All right, so for this final Tabata, it's a lot of plank work. The first one's gonna be a side plank exercise, your choice. You can do straight arm or forearm, up to you. It doesn't matter which side you start on. We're gonna do a top half kick coming up in 10 seconds. If you're on a straight arm, make sure you don't lock out the elbow all the way, okay? That's the one thing if you choose straight arm. So let's make our way to that side plank. You're gonna reach the top arm overhead and take off. So the top hand and the top foot are kicking in front of you. You're gonna try to tap. If it doesn't come all the way to make contact, that is okay, and then back. If things get wobbly, just put your foot down on the top foot, okay? Pause for a second like that. You can always drop your bottom knee like a kickstand as well. 3, 2, 1, rest. Take advantage of these 10 seconds to roll out your wrists, roll out your shoulders, because we got a lot of plank work, okay? Cross body mountain climbers, opposite knee, opposite elbow. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I want you to get some speed on these, but there's a mix between speed and range of motion. So I don't want you to go so quick that your knees are just kind of coming in under your belly button, okay? I really want you to drive that knee as close to touching the arm as you can. So find that balance between going really quick, but also getting a big range of motion. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so we got that side plank, other way. So you're just gonna have your other arm or forearm down. Get right into it. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So a little bit of a balance challenge on these, and you might notice a difference between your sides. That is part of the challenge. Now as you do these, I want you to make sure your hips are staying lifted. Okay, so we're not letting those hips sag down. So even as that top leg kicks, lift up through the hips. You're here for 3, for 2, 1, rest. Okay, back to those crossbody mountain climbers. I guess we can face this way. Flipping around on you guys. Start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Run it out. Opposite knee, opposite elbow. Your hips are staying around shoulder height, and I want you to make sure that your shoulders are staying right over those wrists. Modification here, slow it down and tap your foot to the floor. I still want you to do that crossbody action, okay? We're really kind of nailing the obliques on this one. Give me 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're at that halfway point. So we're gonna find that side plank. Again, we are switching sides. Do you need me to move forward? Are you guys gonna kick me? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Top foot, top hand. Kick it in and back. Now, advanced version of this, when you're in the extension, look, my arm's hovering, my leg is hovering. If things get wobbly though, that's when you bring that foot down to the top floor, or the bottom foot for a second. There we go, can't talk. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, roll out those wrists, roll out those shoulders. Crossbody mountain climbers. Maybe you dial up the speed a little bit this round. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Run it out. If the twisting isn't working for you, I'm fine with you just running the knees straight to center, okay? Halfway there, give me 10 more seconds. In. Try to find a rhythm here. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we have just one more set to do. So we're gonna find that side plank one last time. If your wrist is bothering you, come to your forearm for this one. It's the same move. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Top half kicks. Keep the hips lifted as you do it, check in on your bottom arm, and you want to make sure you have a little invisible softness to the elbows so that we're not locking out completely. Now, whether you're on a straight arm or a forearm, I want you to make sure that you're not sinking into that bottom shoulder socket. So really push the floor away, stay long through the neck. 3, 2, 1, rest. Talking so much, forget to give you guys recovery. Okay, final 20 seconds of work. Quickest, best crossbody mountain climbers yet. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. 20 seconds to the finish line, you got it. Run it out, you are not gonna stop until that final countdown. You're halfway there, 10 seconds, that's nothing. Can you give me a little more speed? You're here for 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, so I have good news for you. We're done with the circuits. We are done with the Tabatas. I have bad news. All of these workouts finish with a 60-second burpee challenge. Here are the rules. You can do any version of burpees you want. They could be modified burpees. They could be push-up burpees. You could bring your chest to the floor. Up to you. I want you to count your rep number though, okay? Because as you go through these workouts in the set, you're gonna have a number and you can try to improve upon it. For my competitive people, so far, the highest number we've got is 25. That was not set by me, I got 21, that's my record. Okay, so take a second to recover here and then we'll get to that final challenge. Okay, 60 seconds of burpees to take you to the end of this workout. I'm not gonna talk a lot because I don't wanna mess up your counting, okay? Keep track of your rep numbers. Any version of burpees you want to do, full on 60 seconds though. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Halfway there. And time. Done. Whew. How we do for rep numbers? 21. 21. 21. I got like 20 and a half, so you guys beat me. All right, so from here, we're gonna take it into our cool down. Just take a couple deep breaths here. Slowly bring that heart rate down. Awesome work today. Whew. And remember, write down that rep number. So the next one of these workouts you do, you can try to match or beat your time. All right, let's do a couple deep breaths in. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release. 2 more like that. Big inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale overhead. Exhale, release. From here, I want you to interlace your fingers behind your back. Press the knuckles towards the floor, roll your shoulders open. Look up at the ceiling, deep breath in. Exhale, release, and we're gonna switch the clasp. Interlace in front of your body, press the palms forward, round your back, reach, reach, reach. Come upright, and from here we're gonna take a side body stretch. So you're gonna grab one wrist with the opposite hand, reach up and over to the side. If you don't feel this in your side body, bring your feet a little closer together. Back up through center and let's switch. Other wrist grabs, or other hand grabs opposite wrist, pull up and over. Good, coming back through center, let's take a quad stretch. So you're gonna catch one foot in your hand. You can always hold on to something if balance is off. From here, pull the heel in towards your bum, and I want you to think of pulling the low abs up and in so you feel that nice stretch across your quad. And I'm just leading you through a quick stretch right here, but after this, please take your time doing any additional stretching that you need. Good, releasing, let's take it over to the other side. Pull the low abs up and in if you don't feel that. Couple deep breaths here.
Without slingshotting, release that foot. We're gonna find a lunge position, have your left foot forward, right foot steps back and drop that right knee down to the floor for a nice hip opener. And then from here, I want you to take the arm of the back leg and you're gonna sweep it up and over. So it's another side body stretch, but you're also gonna feel it through that back hip flexor. Good, and coming back through center, you're gonna shift your hips back, straightening out your front leg, flex the foot and fold forward for a hamstring stretch. You can even take the opposite hand and lightly wrap around your toes if that feels good. If not, don't worry about it. And if you don't feel this through the hamstring on that front leg, square your hips, so you might just need to slide that front hip back a smidge. Good, okay, now bending into that front foot, we're just gonna switch sides. So your other foot is gonna come forward, drop that back knee, torso comes upright, and from here the arm of the back leg is gonna sweep up and over for that side body stretch and that hip flexor stretch. Coming back through center, shift those hips back, straighten out your front leg, flex the foot, fold forward. Think of leading with your chest, don't just dip your head down. Good, when you're ready, you're gonna bend into that front knee. I want you to step back to plank. From here, you're gonna shift your hips up towards the ceiling for a down dog. Might feel good to pedal out those heels a little bit here. And when you're done pedaling, I want you to just press both heels down towards the ground for a nice calf stretch. Good, shifting forward, knees are gonna drop down. We're gonna come to a seated position for a butterfly stretch. Bottoms of your feet together, knees out wide, hands can come to your feet. Roll those shoulders back, chest is open. We're gonna lean forward for that nice groin stretch, getting into those inner thighs. Again, like I mentioned, this was just a quick cool down. I encourage you to take some more time to do any additional stretching you'd like, maybe some foam rolling. Awesome job today. That is your workout.